If there is one thing we have learned from the Star Wars Battlefront 2 controversy, it's that game developers should not mess with something sacred. The Battlefront 2 backlash wasn't on the scale that it was just because of how exploitative it was as a game with its pay-to-win loot box system, but also because EA messed with Star Wars of all things. They took one of the most popular franchises in the world and pissed all over it, and in turn, the whole situation gained a lot more traction than it would have, headlining major news outlets like CNN and garnering the attention of government officials around the world. You would think that after all that, developers would learn not to mess with beloved intellectual properties. But in comes Warner Brothers and those involved with a brand new Harry Potter mobile game called Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. It was supposed to be a fun, casual Harry Potter RPG experience, but users quickly found themselves quite literally ensnared by an utterly insidious monetization scheme. So here's how Hogwarts Mystery attempts to milk money from its players. There are 3 currencies in this game: energy, gold coins, and gems. Energy is what you need to make any kind of progress in this game. You tap away at the screen during any one of the game's myriad of activities, and that expends energy. That's literally the whole game. You tap at the screen, expend energy to fill up some arbitrary bars with the occasional swiping or tracing of the screen to cast a spell, and you rinse and repeat. Then there is coins, which as far as I can tell are mainly used to purchase cosmetic items for your avatar. You can either earn these in-game in small amounts or buy them in bulk with real money. Considering how ludicrous prices for many of the game's cosmetic items are, it is clear that the intent is to strong-arm players into shelling out extra cash through the threat of insufferable grind. However, one could argue that you don't really need coins to play the game, as they are confined to non-essential cosmetic purchases. But the same couldn't be said about gems, a currency that can be used to not only buy cosmetics, but also energy, which is the main resource to progress through this game. Like coins, you can either earn these in very small quantities by playing the game, or buy them en masse with real money. Now, starting out during the intro tutorial portion of the game, energy seems abundant, progress is seemingly swift, and it's easy to forget that energy even exists. But then, around half an hour into the game, you are thrust into a scenario in which a devil snare entraps the player character, requiring you to tap away and expend a bunch of energy, at which point you'll soon realize that this particular scenario was specifically designed and calculated so that you will spend all your energy halfway through. When that happens, tapping on the screen will yield a prompt saying, "You're out of energy. 1 point of energy recharges every 4 minutes. Wait for your energy to recharge or buy 30 more now." Translation: pay up or you're timed out from the game. Now, for this particular activity, you need 5 additional energy to finish it, and considering you get 1 energy every 4 minutes, you'll have to wait around 20 minutes just to get through this section that would otherwise have taken 1 minute. Or you can just pay for gems, which can cost anywhere from $1 for 25 gems, all the way up to $100 for 3,125 gems. And from there, you can spend these gems on energy, which can cost anywhere from 20 gems for 10 energy, all the way up to 100 gems for 60 energy. How apt and disturbing is it that your player character, this kid, is literally being strangled while the game coerces you into spending money? This right here is the perfect imagery for what predatory microtransactions are actually like. Now, some of you will argue that you can simply exit out of the app and wait the time required to obtain the energy needed to progress, but that doesn't excuse the fact that the game quite literally gates you out of playing at every turn to compel microtransactions purchases. Also, keep in mind that the Devil Snare sequence is just the first of many activities that does this. There are a myriad of other scenarios in which players might find themselves in a predicament in which they don't have the appropriate amount of energy, at which point they'll either be forced to wait or pay up. Perhaps the most ridiculous example is how you have to spend energy to take a break. This game is so intent on nickel and diming players that it's willing to defy all logic to that end. The bottom line is that you'll be expending energy so quickly throughout this game doing mindless, menial tasks that you'll always find yourself short on this precious resource. Therefore, if you don't spend money, you're consistently bound to find yourself locked out of the game outright for a time. What makes this system even scummier is that you're given a measly maximum cap of 24 energy. Once you reach that cap, you stop automatically gaining energy every 4 minutes. And keep in mind that 24 energy is nothing in this game. With how much of the game revolves around expending energy, 24 energy gets depleted in no time at all. The only way to get around this, spend money on gems and buy energy, as any purchased energy can go beyond the maximum cap. I really don't think there is much else I need to say here. Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery is as atrocious as mobile games come. Here's a game that will mainly appeal to a younger audience that takes your child character, violates and strangles them, and then prompts you to pay up if you don't want this to go on for an extended period of time. An appropriate representation of what greedy game publishers do to gamers every chance they get. It goes without saying that Harry Potter fans are pissed, taking to social media to express their disdain towards its disgusting monetization scheme. This is no small crowd either. Much like Star Wars, Harry Potter is one of those what one might call sacred franchises with millions upon millions of fans all over the world. It's one of those series that you don't want to mess with if you don't want to draw the kind of unwanted attention that Battlefront 2 garnered from the gaming community, media, and government officials after what it tried to pull. Only time will tell whether this game, Hogwarts Mystery, will be scrutinized to the degree that Battlefront 2 was, but God knows that it deserves to be. It might not implement loot boxes, not yet at least, but it's no less psychologically manipulative. The game advertises itself to be free to play, but it doesn't take a genius to see that this isn't at all accurate. Hogwarts Mystery might be free to download, but to play it without constantly being timed out, the game demands your money. It literally strangles you for it. While this game might not belong in the discussion surrounding gambling-like mechanisms in video games that has permeated across the globe, it's certainly an issue that warrants attention. I hope that in time, as more and more countries begin to keep a close eye on the gaming industry shenanigans, they'll see games like Hogwarts Mystery for the con job that they are. These aren't products, these aren't games, these are themed, elaborately constructed, psychologically manipulative, money-milking machines designed for the sole intent of swindling the susceptible. Regardless of whether you're a Harry Potter fan or not, stay the hell away from this game. Or if you're going to play it, do so with the intention of discovering its despicable nature so you can spread the word and call it out for what it truly is, a devil snare. With that, I would like to end this news update. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy my content, consider supporting me on Patreon. It is completely optional, but donating even as little as $1 a month will go a long way in helping maintain this channel. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.